Harley-Davidson dealerships are facing serious challenges. These three-wheeled machines were expected to sell quickly, yet instead, they're gathering dust in showrooms. Now, dealers are slashing prices, offering massive discounts, and practically giving them away just to clear space. From overpriced luxury models to trikes that miss the mark, we're counting down 7 three-wheelers that dealerships are struggling to move. And trust me, by the time we get to number 1, you won't believe how much you could save. Number 7. Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide Ultra. Next on the list is an iconic trike in Harley's lineup, the Tri-Glide Ultra. Built for long-haul touring, with maximum comfort, storage, and rider-focused technology, this trike was designed for those who want to go the distance in style. At its core is the Milwaukee 8-114 engine, producing 119 lb-ft of torque, providing plenty of power for highway cruising, steep inclines, and fully loaded touring. Whether you're riding solo or carrying a passenger, the Tri-Glide Ultra pulls effortlessly, delivering smooth throttle response and a commanding feel on the road. The Batwing fairing was crafted for aerodynamics, deflecting wind away from the rider to reduce fatigue on extended rides. Behind it, the Boom Box GTS infotainment system features a 6.5-inch touchscreen, Bluetooth connectivity, and voice controls, ensuring riders stay connected without taking their hands off the handlebars. The Tri-Glide Ultra offers a deeply cushioned seat, with a supportive backrest, along with a wide passenger seat with armrests. Adjustable rear suspension and full floorboards help smooth out road imperfections, making long journeys more enjoyable. Storage is another strong point. With 6.8 cubic feet of cargo space, it features a rear trunk and a top-mounted tour pack luggage carrier, providing ample room for weekend getaways or cross-country rides. Meanwhile, Harley's Reflex defensive rider systems come standard, adding features like cornering enhanced ABS, traction control, and electronic braking for superior confidence and control. Starting at $36,999, the Tri-Glide Ultra is positioned as Harley's top-tier touring trike, appealing to those who want the best in engineering and luxury. But if you thought the Tri-Glide Ultra was the peak of touring comfort, wait until you see the next trike on our list. A fully customizable Softail trike conversion that lets you build the perfect three-wheeler for your riding style. Number 6. Harley-Davidson Freewheeler. Harley-Davidson launched the Freewheeler as a more accessible three-wheeler for riders who wanted trike stability without the bulk and high cost of full-dress touring models. The concept was straightforward: strip away excess weight, focus on a no-frills design, and make it a more affordable alternative. Unfortunately, that plan backfired, and now dealerships are offering huge discounts just to clear them from their floors. On paper, the Freewheeler seems like a solid choice. It boasts a Milwaukee 8-114 engine with 1,068 cc, delivering strong low-end torque for effortless cruising. It also features a more compact frame compared to other Harley trikes, and its stripped-down aesthetic gives it a muscular, clean stance. But despite these positives, it has struggled to attract a dedicated audience. One of its biggest drawbacks is the lack of key touring features, making it an awkward choice for long-distance riders. Unlike the Tri-Glide Ultra, which comes packed with full fairings, an infotainment system, and large storage compartments, the Freewheeler is bare bones. No built-in navigation, no premium audio system, and no additional wind protection. This leaves long-haul riders frustrated, forcing them to either invest in aftermarket upgrades or opt for a more well-equipped trike from the start. Another major issue is the price. With a starting cost of $29,999, the Freewheeler is uncomfortably close in price to more feature-rich models. Most riders willing to spend around $30,000 on a trike tend to stretch their budget a little further for the Tri-Glide Ultra, which provides superior touring features and better resale value. This pricing dilemma has made it difficult for dealers to convince customers that the Freewheeler is worth the investment. Additionally, the lack of a front fairing is a deal-breaker for many. While some appreciate the minimalist look, the absence of wind protection makes highway cruising uncomfortable, especially at higher speeds. Riders often complain about excessive wind fatigue, pushing them to buy aftermarket fairings or windshield upgrades, an added expense that drives the total cost even higher. Because of these factors, dealerships are struggling to move Freewheelers off their lots. To clear out excess stock, many dealers have slashed prices by thousands, offering steep discounts that make these trikes far more appealing. Some showrooms are bundling in free accessories like windshields, luggage racks, and even extended warranties just to entice buyers. Others are offering zero-interest financing, hoping to attract riders who are on the fence. If you've ever wanted to own a Harley-Davidson Trike but found them too expensive, now might be the perfect time to strike a deal on a freewheeler. With dealerships eager to unload them, buyers can negotiate some of the biggest discounts in years. But if you think the freewheeler's struggle to find a market is bad, wait until you see the next Trike on the list, a premium-priced machine that failed to justify its luxury tag. Here's the paraphrased continuation of your script from number 5 to number 1, while keeping the same articulation style and flow. Number 5. Harley-Davidson Switchback Trike. The two-wheeled version of the Switchback was well loved for its versatility and easily detachable saddlebags. However, once it was converted into a Trike, much of what made it special was lost. Now dealerships are having a hard time selling these models, and the discounts they're offering are massive. One of the main reasons the Switchback Trike is struggling is because it was never originally meant to be a three-wheeler. Unlike purpose-built Trikes designed from the ground up for stability, the Switchback started as a standard cruiser. When converted into a Trike, it loses its natural balance, making the ride feel awkward and less intuitive. Many riders report that the handling is unpredictable, particularly at higher speeds or when cornering. This lack of stability is a major issue, especially for those looking for a Trike that offers confidence and comfort over long distances. The lightweight frame, which was an advantage in the two-wheeled version, becomes a disadvantage once converted. Instead of feeling stable and well-planted, the Switchback Trike often comes across as unsettled on the road. Riders who expect the firm grip and smooth ride of a factory-engineered Trike are frequently disappointed by how this one handles. This lack of predictability is a major deal-breaker, particularly for buyers who prioritize security and ease of control. Another issue is that Harley-Davidson discontinued the Switchback lineup years ago, making replacement parts harder to find. Unlike factory Trikes that have full dealership support, many Switchback Trikes rely on aftermarket components that may not always be available. This means owners could face serious challenges when it comes to maintenance and repairs. Most buyers prefer a Trike that can be easily serviced at any Harley dealership, rather than one that requires hunting for hard-to-find parts or specialized mechanics. Then, there's the price. A base model Switchback originally sold for around $13,000 to $15,000 when it was in production, but once you add a Trike conversion kit, the cost can easily surpass $30,000. At that price, buyers can opt for a factory-built Freewheeler or Tri-Glide Ultra, both of which offer superior handling, stability, and ride quality. Given the choice, most customers prefer to invest in a fully engineered Harley Trike, rather than gamble on a conversion that might not perform as well. Because of these challenges, dealerships are struggling to sell the Switchback Trike and are slashing prices to clear out inventory. Some are knocking off several $1,000s, while others are throwing in free accessories like luggage racks, upgraded seats, or extended warranties to sweeten the deal. But despite these offers, many riders remain hesitant, knowing that a factory Trike is a safer investment in the long run. Number 4. Harley-Davidson Ultra Classic Trike. Unlike Harley's factory-built Trikes, which are designed specifically for three wheels, the Ultra Classic Trike is an aftermarket conversion that creates more issues than it solves. As a result, dealerships are struggling to sell them, slashing prices and even throwing in free gear just to move inventory. The biggest issue with the Ultra Classic Trike is its weight. Tipping the scales at over 100 pounds, it's one of the heaviest three-wheelers Harley has ever seen. While that weight helps with highway stability, it makes low-speed handling a nightmare, especially for riders new to Trikes. Maneuvering in city traffic or parking lots can be a real challenge, particularly for smaller or older riders. Another major flaw is that many conversion kits don't properly balance the weight or fine-tune the suspension, leading to unsteady handling. Factory Trikes like the Tri-Glide Ultra and Road Glide 3 are engineered specifically for three wheels, ensuring smooth cornering and a comfortable ride. But when a motorcycle is retrofitted with a Trike kit, it often lacks the precision engineering needed for a refined experience. Some riders have even complained that the rear wheels don't track properly, making the ride feel unpredictable. Perhaps the biggest downside is that some ultra-classic Trike conversions lack a reverse gear. While Harley's factory Trikes include an electronic reverse system, many conversion kits don't, making it extremely difficult to back up without manually pushing the bike. For a vehicle that already weighs over 100 pounds, this is a major inconvenience. Then there's the price problem. A stock Ultra Classic starts at around $24,999, but adding a Trike conversion kit pushes the total price past $40,000. At that price, most riders would rather buy a factory-built Tri-Glide Ultra, which comes with better handling, a full warranty, and a smoother ride. Because of all these issues, dealerships are desperate to clear out Ultra Classic Trikes. Some are offering thousands in discounts, while others are bundling in free accessories and extended warranties. But even with these incentives, these Trikes remain a tough sell. If you thought this Trike was difficult to move, just wait until you see what's next. A three-wheeler that was supposed to be the ultimate touring machine, but ended up being way too much for most riders. Number 3. Harley-Davidson Dyna Trike Conversion. When Harley-Davidson discontinued the Dyna lineup, many riders refused to let it go. Instead, they turned to aftermarket conversion kits to transform their beloved two-wheelers into three-wheel machines. The concept seemed simple: retain the agility and power of the Dyna while adding the stability of a Trike. But in reality, this experiment backfired, leaving dealerships struggling to move these custom builds. One of the biggest problems with Dyna Trike conversions is the price. A used Dyna motorcycle alone can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000, depending on the model and condition. But once you add a Trike conversion kit, the total jumps by an additional $12,000 to $20,000. This means some of these Trikes end up priced well over $30,000, putting them in direct competition with factory-built Trikes like the Freewheeler and Tri-Glide Ultra. And when given the option, most buyers would rather spend that money on a Harley that was designed as a Trike from the start, rather than a conversion that might not handle properly. Handling is another major issue. The Dyna frame was built for 2 wheels, not 3. Once converted, it lacks the refined suspension and weight distribution of a purpose-built Trike, leading to a rougher ride, reduced stability, and unpredictable cornering. Many riders have reported that the steering feels unnatural, particularly at highway speeds, or when navigating tight turns. Unlike factory Trikes that are perfectly balanced for 3 wheels, these conversions often feel awkward and difficult to control. Another major drawback is the lack of factory support. Since the Dyna lineup is no longer in production, replacement parts are becoming harder to track down. This creates a huge headache for riders who need maintenance or repairs. While Harley dealerships are happy to service factory Trikes, many refuse to work on aftermarket conversions. This forces owners to rely on independent mechanics or specialty shops, making maintenance more of a hassle. Because these conversions, dealerships have been forced to offer deep trade-in incentives, steep discounts, and even free accessories just to move them. Some buyers have saved thousands off the sticker price, while others are getting extended warranties, upgraded seats, or luggage racks included for free. But despite these aggressive promotions, many Dyna Trikes remain unsold for months, sitting on showroom floors collecting dust. At the end of the day, the Dyna Trike conversion sits in an awkward position: too expensive for budget-conscious riders, too unstable for those seeking a smooth ride, and too niche to appeal to mainstream. A three-wheeler that nobody wants and that dealerships are eager to unload. But if you thought this was bad, just wait until you see the next one. A Trike that tried to blend touring with cruiser agility and ended up appealing to no one. New, supposed to be the ultimate luxury touring Trike, packed with high-end features and premium finishes. However, despite its impressive spec sheet, it ended up being one of the hardest Harley Trikes to sell. Even with deep discounts, dealerships are struggling to move them off the floor. One of the biggest reasons for this is the price. MSRP north of $50,000. The CVO Tri-Glide is one of the most expensive Harley-Davidson models ever produced. At that price point, most riders expect a flawless experience, but many found that the extra cost wasn't justified. While the CVO trim includes custom paint, upgraded sound systems, and top-tier components, the actual riding experience isn't drastically different from the standard Tri-Glide Ultra, which costs significantly less. Another issue is weight. At nearly 250 pounds, the CVO Tri-Glide is a massive machine. While its Milwaukee 8117 engine delivers strong power, the sheer bulk of the Trike makes low-speed maneuvering a challenge. Many riders have reported that handling the CVO Tri-Glide in parking lots or tight spaces requires significant effort, which can be intimidating, especially for older riders or those new to trikes. Then there's the fact that the trike market. Most three-wheeler buyers prioritize comfort, stability, and long-distance touring capability. However, many of these same buyers are also practical and unwilling to spend tens of thousands more for premium trim options when the base model delivers nearly the same performance. This makes the CVO Tri-Glide a tough sell, as buyers who want a trike often settle for the standard Tri-Glide Ultra, which offers similar functionality at a much lower cost. Because of these factors, dealerships have been forced to cut prices significantly. Some have knocked off $5,000 to $10,000 just to entice buyers, while others are offering free extended warranties, custom accessories, and maintenance packages to make the deal more attractive. But even with these discounts, many riders still opt for the more affordable factory trikes, leaving CVO Tri-Glides sitting on showroom floors for months. If you thought this trike was a tough sell, wait until you see number one, the three-wheeler that dealerships can't give away, no matter how steep the discount. Number 1. Harley-Davidson Street Glide Trike Conversion. At the top of the list we have the Street Glide Trike Conversion, arguably the most difficult three-wheeler to sell. Unlike factory-built Harley trikes, this one relies on an aftermarket kit to add the third wheel, and that's exactly where the problems begin. One of the biggest issues is handling. The Street Glide was never designed to be a trike, and once you add a conversion kit, the balance and ride dynamics are completely thrown off. Riders who are used to the smooth, predictable feel of a factory-engineered trike often find these conversions to be unstable, especially at higher speeds or when cornering. The steering feels heavier, the suspension lacks refinement, and the overall ride quality suffers compared to factory-built options like the Freewheeler or Tri-Glide Ultra. Another major drawback is cost. A used Street Glide can cost anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000, but a quality trike conversion kit adds another $10,000 to $20,000. By the time you're done, you could be spending well over $35,000, putting this trike in the same price range as Harley's purpose-built three-wheelers. Given the choice, most buyers would rather go for a factory-built model with better engineering, a full warranty, and official dealership support instead of a conversion that may not offer the same reliability. Speaking of reliability, many of these conversion kits lack factory support. If something goes wrong, owners are often stuck dealing with independent mechanics or specialty shops, which can be both inconvenient and expensive. Harley dealerships may refuse to service aftermarket trikes, leaving owners with limited options for repairs and maintenance. This alone is enough to drive many potential buyers away. Because these trike conversions are so difficult to sell, dealerships have resorted to drastic measures. Some have slashed prices by thousands of dollars, while others are offering trade-in incentives and financing deals just to move them. But despite these efforts, the Street Glide Trike conversion remains one of the hardest three-wheelers to sell. At the end of the day, most riders looking for a trike want stability, ease of handling, and factory-backed reliability. Unfortunately, these conversions fail to deliver in key areas, making them a tough sell in a market where factory-built Harley trikes already exist. The top 5 Harley-Davidson trikes that dealerships are desperate to sell. Whether it's due to poor handling, sky-high prices, or lack of factory support, if you're in the market for a trike, be sure to do your research, because sometimes a deep discount isn't enough to make a bad deal worth it. Let me know if you'd like any adjustments.